Good morning everyone. My name is Preeti Kumari and my teammate name is Pooja Deepayaldi, Ansuti, Akash Bhaiya, Karan Bhaiya and Shivam Bhaiya. And my topic is Rashtrakutta. Welcome to Rashtrakutta dynasty. Rashtrakutta dynasty founder is Danti Durg. Danti Durg was a founder of Rashtrakutta and Danti Durg worked under Chalukya. Rashtrakuta dynasty is Rashtrakuta dynasty ruled 300 approx 300 years, and Rashtrakuta dynasty most important ruler is Amoghavars and Krishna first, and Amoghavars ruled 50 approx 52 years, and he is great ruler of all over the history, and no one can ruled 52 years, and Amoghavars was a poet and he is very good ruler. And Krishna first was a very good ruler, and in this time he made a Kailasa temple, and Kailasa temple is very important for all over the India because in Maharashtra it is located and it is made by one rock and cut top to bottom. And Kailasa temple, in Kailasa temple there was a Mahabharat and Ramayana inscription. In one wall there was a inscription of Mahabharat, and in one wall there was inscription of Ramayana. In Kailasa temple there was a great and there was Shivji and Vishnuji, and that means that in Kailasa temple Shivji means that he affair that Parvati Ma affair that my wedding with Shivji will yes or not, and in Vishnuji inscription that if in luxury life. And Kailasa Rashtrakutta's symbol is the golden eagle. Rashtrakuta religion is Kshatriya, and Rashtrakutta's river Gang Godavari and Veena. Veena is name of Amoghavar's wife, and Godavari was name of Govind third wife, and it is very important river. That's why he had named the Godavari and Veena river. And the name and symbol of that's all. And my content is called. And my content is introduction, history, political history, administration, economic, culture, feature, art and architecture, and conclusion. Let's move to culture. Culture. The in culture Rashtrakuta wear dhoti, men wear dhoti and women wear sari. In Rashtrakuta they wear jewelry, kundals and anklets and many things. In Rashtrakuta time there was the literature of Amogavarti and many others. And in religion Rashtrakuta there that's time Brahmins and Vishnu, Shiva, Bodh and many other religion. In Rashtrakuta time there was a many untouchability things, and in Rashtrakuta time there was a powerful caste they say about Brahmins. And in Rashtrakuta time there was a Muslim also. They do discrimination, but they are gathered to all and they are going up. And in Rashtrakuta time there was a mother tongue Kannada language, and main language is Sanskrit. In Rashtrakuta there was a big achievement of Maharashtra. In south there was a ruler, and almost he had ruled big empire, and he had ruled on Sri Lanka also. And in Sri Lanka they Rashtrakuta say that he is big king, and in Rashtrakuta have very appreciating things in 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 Sri Lanka. And in Kailasa temple there was a caves 1 to 12 there was a Bodh caves, and 12 to 29 there was a Hinduism caves, and 29 to 34 there was a Jainism caves. And it means that there was a very big caves, and it means they are not discriminate the caste. And In caves there was a very Gupta place, and they store water, and in that caves there was a new urban area that he situated on the Gupt area. That's all, and my teammate come, Shivam bhaiya.
I'm going to tell me about the history of Rashtrakuta dynasty. The early Rashtrakutas dynasty was the feudatory of Chalukya's king, and the Rashtrakutas and Badami and Batapi and the Rashtrakutas, Dantidurga was the appointed of Dantidurga was the appointed of feudatory the Chalukya's king, and 735 to Kritivarman II, and the 753 was the Dantidurga was the defend from Kritivarman II, the last Chalukya's dynasty of Kritivarman II, and a defender, and himself independent king from Dantidurga, and the Dantidurga was the established from Rashtrakuta dynasty, and the Dantidurga was the made by capital of the Rashtrakuta dynasty is Mayurkhet, and Mayurkhet is situated from Maharashtra, and the lots of Rashtrakutas kings are followed by Jain, Bodh and Sanatani religions, and the Rashtrakutas official language is Sanskrit and Kannada, and the Rashtrakutas there are 15 kings are ruled between in Rashtrakuta dynasty in 753 to 982 AD, and the first king of Rashtrakuta dynasty is Dantidurga, and the Dantidurga was the very most powerful kings from the Rashtrakuta dynasty, and Dantidurga was the great king of Rashtrakuta dynasty, and the Dantidurga was the starting from journey as a feudatory, and the Dantidurga was the feudatory from 735 to 753 from Chalukya's dynasty, and the Dantidurga was 753 from defend from Kritivarman II in the Chalukya last king, and Dantidurga was the independence king of Rashtrakuta dynasty, and the Dantidurga was the ruled by 753 to 756 AD. And Dantidurga was the great king of Rashtrakuta dynasty. And Dantidurga was the most powerful kings, and Dantidurga was the made by capital of Rashtrakutas is Mayurkhed, situated in Maharashtra. And the next king is Krishna first. Krishna first was the good kings, and Krishna first was ruled by 756 to 774, and Krishna first was the successor of Dantidurga, and the Krishna first was the first most powerful king in Rashtrakuta dynasty, and the Krishna first was the considered by the silver coins, and the Krishna first was the established from Kailasa temple, and the Krishna first was the completely destroyed from Chalukya's dynasty. And the next king of Govinda II. Govinda II was the 774 to 780 ruled, and the Govinda II was the Dhulia donation later, and the Govinda II was the Chalukya Vangi defend, and the Govinda II was the so a small king, and all the works are handed over from your younger brother is Dhruva, and the Dhruva next king. And Dhruva was the ruled by 780 to 793, and the Dhruva was the great king of Rashtrakuta dynasty, and the Dhruva is known as the name of Dharmavarsa, and the Dhruva was the great king of Rashtrakuta dynasty, and the Dhruva was your younger brother Dhulia donation later, and the Dhruva was the participant of Kannauj battle, and the Kannauj battle are the three main dynasties participate from Pala and Rashtrakutas and Pratihara, and the Rashtrakutas was won by Dhruva from Kannauj battle, and not a mention from right statements, and Dhruva was the four sons, and the first son's name is Kark, second son's name is Stambha, third son's name is Govind, and the fourth son's name is Krishna, and the next king is Govinda III. Govinda's third is the son and the consider of Dhruva, and Govinda III was ruled by 793 to 814, and the Govinda III was your father same works from Kannauj participate and won, and the Govinda III was the most powerful king, as I mentioned from historians, are most powerful king in Rashtrakuta dynasty, and the next king is Amogh Varsa. Amogh Varsa was ruled by 814 to 878 AD, and the Amogvarsa was the great king, and the Amogvarsa was the established. Amogvarsa was the made by second capital of Rashtrakuta is Malyakhete, is situated from Karnataka, and the Amogvarsa was the guru of Jain Acharya Jensen, and Amogvarsa was the religion is followed by Jainism, and the Amogvarsa was the considered of Kannada language, and the Amogvarsa was the compared as from Asoka, because lots of work are very good from Amogvarsa. And the next king is Krishna II, and the Krishna II was ruled from 914 to 929, and the Krishna II was historians are described from very weak kings, and the Krishna II was spent from Chalukya's dynasty, and the Krishna II was the achieved from Malwa, and the Krishna II was a very weak king of Rashtrakuta dynasty. And the next king is Indra III, and the Indra III was the ruled by 914 to 929, and the Indra III was so great kings of Rashtrakuta dynasty, and the Indra III was time king is attacked from Kannauj, and the Indra III was the next king is Amogvarsa II, and Govinda II, and Amogvarsa III is a not powerful kings, and the last king from Indra III was the most powerful king in Rashtrakuta dynasty. And the next king not a mention from Amogvarsa first and Govinda fourth and Amogvarsa third, and the next king that's because of very weak kings, and the next king is Krishna III, and the Krishna III is ruled between 939 to 967, and the Krishna III was so great king, and the Krishna III is the last most powerful kings in Rashtrakuta dynasty. And the next king is Karka II. Karka II was mentioned from historians our last king, and the Karka II was 972 to 973 AD, and the Karka II was so weak king of Rashtrakuta dynasty, and the Karka II was very weak kings, and the Western Chalukya dynasty of Kalyani, and to defend from Karka and the Karka was so loose kings, and the last king of Indra IV for Rashtrakuta dynasty in the ruled between 973 and 982, and so very weak kings, and Western Chalukyas come from, and your next kingdom of Western Chalukyas dynasty of Kalyani, and the Talpi II was the first king of Western Chalukyas dynasty. And the next is Danti Durga and Amogvarsa and Govinda III was the very great king of Rashtrakuta dynasty, and I mentioned from Danti Durga was the very great king, and Danti Durga are not coming from Rashtrakuta dynasty and incomplete from Rashtrakuta dynasty, because Danti Durga was the established from Rashtrakuta dynasty. And the next is Amogvarsa. Amogvarsa was the very great kings and considered and conducted for Kannada language, and Amogvarsa was made by capital of Rashtrakutas. Second capital of Rashtrakutas is Malyakhete, situated from Karnataka. And the Govinda III was the very popular kings of Rashtrakuta dynasty and the most powerful kings of Rashtrakuta dynasty, and your father from Dhruva, and the same work of Kannauj battle and won by Kannauj battle. And as my complete form content, and I want to call the next member.
Very good morning to all. This is Akash, and now as my team member mentioned about the in Rashtrakuta dynasty we have lots of king, but also I mention here about the some significance ruler and the political administration of the Rashtrakuta and the political history of the Rashtrakuta. So let's begin. The power of the Rashtrakuta increased under the Danti Durga. Danti Durga is the first king who established the Rashtrakuta dynasty, and Danti Durga's son and successor is Indra, and his successor Krishna first was also a great conqueror. He defeated the Gangas and the eastern Chalukyas of Vengi. He defeated the magnificent rock-cut monolithic Kailasa temples at Ellora. Monolithic rock-cut temple, it means a stone which is carved by single hand, means no extra constructions. It is a very unique architecture in the reign of Rashtrakuta dynasty. And also the next important king of the dynasty is Govinda III. Govinda III, he achieved victory over the North Indian dynasties, and after the successful expedition against the Nagabhatta of the Kannauj and the annexation of Malwa, Govinda returned to the south. As per an inscription, Govinda terrified the Kerala, Pandya and the Chola kings and caused the Pandya to weather. The, the Ganga of Karnataka met with death. The king of Lanka and his ministry captured, brought the prisoner and the Halapur. Two statues of the Lord of Lanka were carried to Mankhet and installed like a pillar of victory in front of Shiva temple. And the second important ruler is Amogha Varsa. He ruled over the 814 to 878. He is the one of the successor who ruled world's longest period as a ruler. Approximately, if we are recalling, he ruled over the 65 year approximately, and he is not he is pursuing the literature and the religion, and he built a very different type of society and the kingdom. He totally refusing the war and try to improve our society by the literature and the equal distribution of the equal religion. He was a great builder and said have built the capital city Mankheta. He had lost control over the Malwa and Gangawadi. He had lost control over Malwa and Gangawadi, and there are many rebellions in the far flung Rashtrakuta empire under the Amogha Varsa. These could be barely contained and began afresh after his death. The second one is Indra III. He ruled over 915 to 927. Amogha Varsa's grandson Indra III re-established the empire after the defeat of Mahipala and the sack of Kannauj in 915. Indra III was the most powerful ruler of his times, according to Al-Masudi, who visited India at the time. The Rashtrakuta king Balhara or the
Okay, fine. You haven't prepared.
oh, sorry sir.
Why?
Sir.
You are just reading the contents.
Yes.
So what is the use of reading the contents is very less time.
Sir, some issue.
Carry.
Okay. According to the Al-Masudi, who visited India at the time, the Rashtrakuta king Balhara or Vallabha Raja was the greatest king of the India and the most of the Indian rulers, accepting his suzerainty and respected his envoy. He possessed large armies and the innumerable elephants. Krishna III, he ruled over 934 to 963. He was the last in a line of brilliant youth ruler. He was famous for his expeditions. He was engaged in a struggle against the Parmaras and the Malwa and the eastern Chalukyas of Bengi. He also launched a campaign against the Chola ruler of the Tanjore, who had established the palace of Kanchi. Krishna III defeated the Chola king Parantaka in 949 and annexed the northern part of the Cholas. Now, next point will be covered by Karan.
Today I am going to administration on the Rashtrakuta dynasty. So you can see the in a political division we see the in a Rashtra. So in a Rashtra who have a great who have the highest peak of the, I think if you compare them in a modern age and an ancient age, so this is a very this is a very similar if you see the only different in a name, but this is a very same. And if the Rashtkut any who people run the Rashtra who call the Rashtrapati, and second Visayas. So in a Visayas is the under Visayas under the Rashtra. So we in a Visayas the 1000 to 4000 village in a 100, and in a Visayas who people run to the Visayas who call the Visayapati, and the Bhukti is the Bhukti is the under of the Visayas, and Bhukti has covered the 40 to 50 village in a on administrations. So this is a main things of the this administration in a Rajputa dynasty. So in a village administration is a not this is a very good, and if you see in the village administration, and I didn't get the too much source on the Wikipedia about the village administration. So I want to start at the kings. In a kings, we who is the main head on the kingdom, main and the dynasty. So he had too much power who appoint the any minister and another things. They and if you talk about the kings, then he is a very religious things, and he ruled on the according on culture and on religions. So this is a very different things on the this is a very different things other dynasty. So in a kings we in the kings they don't misuse the on power because they are very religious, and if the in the they were the pretorious process on the kings, like if Raja's son has if Raja's son has a son, then he become a king, and if the king has if the son has and in a kings has elder son has elder son had throne on handle, and this is a very different things. If the younger son has more capable than elder son, then that time younger son has younger son has rule on according on way. So this is a different things, and sorry, this is the main things. And if you talk about the minister, so in a ministry apatya maybe I didn't remember, I think. See, this is apatya, and this is a head of the minister, and after king has have power to apatya. So he is the right hand to a king who is the advice to kings how any situation, and this is a main position of the apatya. And second is the Maharaja Mahasandhi Vigrahika, means ministers for peace and war. So this is a collect to tax, and many position has like a PM and just if you talk the full form of the PM, Prime Minister, and the Revenue Minister, and if you talk about the last minister is the Commander of Chief. So this is the main things of the dynasty. And if the Venetia is a state of state of in a dynasty. So this is a work on feudatory on the Chanakya Rashtrakuta dynasty. So in a state like a feudatory has independent king and rule on way. So this is a different this is a different between the king and Vaisya dynasty, who is the under who Venetia state who Venetia state rule work on the king, and if the Venetia state not the work as not work do good well, so king has power to he action on the states. So in a feudatory has to review the any situation, like if king has not army, then he give them army, and he support them, because in a feudatory has rule on the on feudatory families, and if we talk about the revenue ministers, so in a revenue is a type of tax which is the like in a tax we cover the land, transportation, industry, agriculture, and so on. And if we talk about the if you talk about the land, which is the 1.4% means to 25% has cover on the taxes, which is the main part of the dynasty who increase the economy, and also different types of land, like if different type of land, like natural land of soils, they have different tax, and if they have fertility they have different types of tax. So this is the main things, majority tax they have covered in a land, and temple and Brahmans has not too much give the tax, because that another regions, and king has religious that reason I think, which is the not give the too much tax, and also and contribute the Vaisyas states also contribute on tax, like if collect the on family taxes on they give them, then also they collect the tax which on the transportation I already mentioned, and food sale and buy, and the wood sale and buy, then and also forest areas also covered and taxes. So this is the main things of the dynasty and administrations, and in a revenue taxes which the spent on the royal court and the palace welfare, and also use the taxes on the army, because if you don't have use the taxes on army, then that time he weak that time they are weak dynasty, I think, which is the main things. And in administration administration is also important, because the law and order also maintain the every dynasty. So this is a very important, and also the Rashtrakuta king has used on mines, and this is a dynasty. This is the administration of the Rashtrakuta dynasty. Next slide is the geography. I am sorry to this is a deleted, so but I explain their history. Sorry, geography. So in a geography we can see the capital of the Malkhet, which is located on the Solapur. In a if you talk about the historical place, which is the Malkhet, and if you located Solapur is located in a past time. You see the half Maharashtra and half Karnataka. So this is the main things, and Rashtrakuta almost cover the South India. So this is the main things of the Rashtrakuta dynasty. So I want to call my team member Payal.
So hello everyone, today is my first presentation and thank you for sir and my team member giving us this opportunity. So my topic is Rashtrakuta dynasty. In my content is Rashtrakuta economy. So Rashtrakuta economy was sustained by its nature and agriculture produce, its manufacturing and revenue and money gain for its conquest. In this content many discuss about cotton, cloth and administration, agriculture, industry and business, water system in agriculture, rice, coconut and jowar, supari. So cotton is the chief crop of the region of southern Gujarat, Khandesh and Berar. And muslin is a type of cloth known as malma. So we are manufactured in Pathan and Varanasi. So it is a fully processed cloth, means it is a finished cloth. And the cotton yarn and cloth was exported from Broj, and Broj is situated in Gujarat. And the white silk coat is where manufacturing in Burhanpur and Berar to exported to Persia, Turkey, Egypt, Poland, Arabic. And silk it is a type of cloth, but it is a not finished cloth, but means it is a not fully processed cloth. And the Deccan was rich in mineral and its soil was not fertile as that of the genetic plant. And the copper mines of Kudapu, Chanda and Dwar were many, were as important source of income. And the diamond were mines Kudapu, Beli, Kurnul and Golconda. And the capital of Mayan Kheta and Devgiri were important diamond and jewelry training center. And in Mysore present of many in Mysore very amount of elephant present in it. Due to this reason, its name was Impuri industry. And in the branch of Gujarat Empire earned a significant income of the part of Broj, and the artists and craftsmen operated as cooptation guilds rather than individual business. And my next topic covered by another member.
My name is Jansu Kumari. My first presentation. My topic is Rashtrakuta features. Rashtrakuta starting 753 to 1853. Rashtrakuta capital Mayan Khet. Rashtrakuta modern Solapura. Rashtrakuta to domestic Danti Durga is the founded next fixed Danti Durga, but modern Solapura. Danti Durga Rashtrakuta till those years about dominated 10th century, but Virus Point north and south were Virus Point.
So firstly, thank you my teacher to give me this opportunity to present with my teammate. And my content in my teammate also say that my content is my topic is Rashtrakuta, and in this topic my content is art and architecture. So I know that all are excited to know about Kailasa temple, because this have many mysteries. So now I am start the Kailasa temple. And firstly I want to say you know that you all are know that we are every day seen Kailasa temple. You are know that where we are every day seen. In 20 rupees note there is a picture of Kailasa temple. So we can think that what is the importance of Kailasa temple, because if in rupees have picture, so that we can find that. And architecture that have many mysteries, because after making Kailasa temple they have also available 34 34 temples, but no one have that type of ministry. Why? Because only that that type of structure, because many archaeologists and scientists say that it is made 1200 year ago, but we can't find that, because that time also not this type of structure. Many are say that that built aliens, but it is our ancestor who, why they are make, because they want to give knowledge our generation with the help of temples. And the purpose of making Telasa temple is only to show the Buddha's culture. And it is not only Buddha, Krishna first say that Krishna first founder of make Kailasa temple, but no one can find that who are make, because here sculpture is so different. If anyone, any labor can do mistake, then no, not making temple is not easy, because her sculpture is a very proper manner. And it is so our culture, like all the temples, like you see the Ardhanareshwar, Nataraj, and in front of it is a elephant. Why? It is a front of Kailasa temple where is a two elephant. Why? Because in Hindu religion, elephant is very auspicious thing. That's reason here two elephant, and here three murti also. And the sculpture say that if you go visit, then her wall have that type of structure. It is her wall structure, and that say that half wall is say that our Ramayana, and half is say that our Mahabharata. And if you go there visit, then they have 34. My teammate also said they have 34 caves, and no. And it is not only 30 caves, many caves are here present, but not like we are not go there because of that have not permission. And her stair is also very strong, and there have secret to absorb the water also. And there is a short surang